Hey guys, it's Haps, and in today's video we have got Draft versus Episode 2. And we're actually going to kickstart this video just by taking a look at the 3 final rounds of the 3 games I played in the last draft. Gives you an idea of the build that I had, some of the pets that I chose. If you didn't see the full draft, I'll link it down below if you want to check it out. But this just basically highlights how, well, we lost every single one. We didn't manage to get a win. So I do have to just say a big congratulations to Grounded, who managed to notch 2 wins and Flame notching 1. I was determined to do better this time, and I had to mix things up. But we are going to do things differently. Last time I did an edit for the whole draft. We've decided to split it up, so Grounded is actually going to do the whole draft, and then everybody else is just going to edit one of the 5 games that we played. So let's just jump into game 2 of draft day and check out what I drafted this time round. Now everything here in white is pre-selected, everything here in green is what I selected, and I was on draft pick 1. Now we did something a little bit different. We actually got vetoes. Now I'm not going to disclose those. Grounded is going to do the edit for the draft. I'll link that down below if you want to go check that out. But the one pet that slipped through the net, and I can reveal this one, is the leopard. And as I was on draft pick 1, I was not letting that go any further than number 1 pick. So we picked up the leopard and then we followed that up with the monkey just to get that classic turtle pack combo. And I'll tell you what, it is pretty effective. So hopefully you guys enjoy this one. If you do, maybe like and subscribe. But with all of that said, let's just jump into game 2 of Draft versus Episode 2. So we're jumping into the game here on turn 3, and you can see we already have a clownfish in the squad. Now, for those who remember, on the last draft versus, the clownfish was my number 1 pick. But this time, somehow it managed to fall to a later round and I was able to snag it. Now you can see already this turn got even better because we leveled into duck and we brought in a second clownfish. But more importantly, we kept them separate because we're on turn 3. There's a couple of turns until we can actually find them in the shop. And I want to give myself a chance to potentially use their buff if I'm able to level up on turn 4. And that could make a pretty big difference.
Something about Grounded's luck just doesn't sit right with me.
Doesn't add up.
Dude, the fact in the last one, the one where you made Dog from Spider work and dominated all of us with Dog, when Sag, literally at the start of that game, Sag was like, imagine leveling up into Dog on turn 3. And then you beat us all with it.
Well, it was level 2 Dog.
Then when I went and did the commentary for that, there were so many misplays, it was ridiculous. Like, rolling past Chinchilla over and over again.
It's okay, Rev.
I kept buying Jerboa for no reason as well. It was just a reflex. It's like the opposite of Haps reflex.
You have some very interesting reflexes.
Oh, what is this team, Sag?
You like it?
Not really.
I finally hit. I've been waiting to hit.
The fact that Sheep can just go at the back of that team as well.
Yeah.
So the scoreboard might not be looking great. We're currently joint bottom, but I am actually pretty happy with this squad. We've buffed up the Hercules Beetle, which I'm hoping to carry all the way to the late game to pass on its buff to our number 1 pick, and that is the Leopard. But I'm here trying to decide how we bring it into the squad. Do we combine the Clownfish? Do we combine the Dromedary? Do we pill the Beta Fish? In the end, I actually decide that I want to combine the Dromedary because I want to keep those Clownfish separate. I then pill the Beta Fish onto the Hercules Beetle, which may be a mistake because we will be selling the Hercules Beetle down the line, but it is the biggest pet and it makes sense if it's in front of the Kangaroo.
The Caterpillar is in the mix, boys.
It's back.
That's GG's then. Game
Oh
over.
no. I need Armadillo Skunk. I think that's the only way.
More importantly, Haps has Hercules Beetle.
It's out and about.
Double clownfish.
You can be scary in the late game.
You're going to get a reputation for drafting clownfish every week.
Well, that's what I'm trying to build, you know?
I wouldn't be caught dead drafting Clownfish.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa, says Mr.
I'm sorry,
Lynx.
that was a lie. Sorry. I'm sorry I lied to you like that. Your wombat didn't steal anything.
Oh no, whatever shall I do?
Rev's got the double caterpillar.
There we go. All it took was a couple of turns and we're no longer at the bottom of the pile. And we level up our dromedary here and things are really starting to look up because we level into a Siberian Husky. And this is a really good scaler in the late game. The only downside is you can't have any food perks on your pets, otherwise they won't receive the buff. So that is a pretty major downside if you're looking to compete in the late game. But this is the reason why I decided to pick up pets such as the Doberman, because the Doberman will apply the food perk, in this case coconut, during the battle. So it can receive the buff from the Siberian Husky, and then during the fight it will then apply coconut as its food perk. So things like the Doberman, things like the reindeer, these are really good pickups to have if you're running a Siberian Husky. And you can see here I did a bit of a turtle shuffle, and that's because I'm trying to decide whether I want to actually pill the turtle, because ultimately where the turtle goes, where that melon goes, it won't receive a buff. I realize that the Hercules beetle will be sold, so it seems like the perfect candidate.
Yeah, me and Rev were talking about Caterpillar is kind of weird now. Like, I don't exactly know how it works, because like it worked for me a different way than it worked for Rev.
Yeah. No.
Wow, I got wombatted.
So we're going to fast forward a couple of turns here because when we level the Doberman, we actually find the reindeer. And going back to what I just said then, the Doberman and the reindeer are two of those pets that synergize really well with the Siberian Husky because they actually receive the buff and then they apply the perks during the fight. In this case, the reindeer will be giving itself melon during the battle. So we bring the reindeer in, we juice it up with the milk. And then we roll, and look at that, double turtle with a pill. That would be really nice, but we can't bring it in because we've got the Husky. So we just reshuffle up the team and we send it in. Now, up until this point, we've not had any Doberman triggers, and we still won't because we're carrying the Hercules beetle, we're carrying the clownfish, both of which are tiers lower. But the idea is I want to keep the Hercules beetle in as long as possible because I want to sell it onto the leopard. So I'm trying to hang on, and thankfully we have enough to get past grounded. Now, turn 11, we find a chocolate. There is only one place for this. It has to go Siberian Husky. We need to keep the scaling. And there it is. There is our number one pick in all its glory. There is the leopard. It could have taken us ages to find it. Now, I don't know why I'm hesitating here with the clownfish. There is only one pet we can sell here, and that is the clownfish. We buy, sell the cow while we have the opportunity. Very easy to miss that sometimes. We juice up the leopard here, and we consider the Hercules beetle as a level 3, but we decide against it. We spot mammoth pill, which we decide to freeze for when we maybe sell the Hercules beetle, and then we find another leopard and chocolate. And honestly, this is going to be pretty devastating when we can get it online. Now, at this point, I am feeling pretty strong. Although we still have the Hercules beetle, which is going to stop our Doberman, we've got some extra stats, we brought in the leopard, so I feel like we've got a fair chance of winning this round, and we come up against Sag. And I'll tell you what, Sag brings this team back down to reality because he takes us down with ease, and I realize there is a lot more to be done. Now, this is the turn things come together. We sell the Hercules beetle, we pass on the attack stats, most notably to our leopard, and then we can level up the leopard to level 2, and that with the scaling from the Siberian Husky is just going to be a menace in the late game. Now, I consider the mammoth pill here for a while, but we've got 2 tigers in the shop, so I decide against it and I just put the build together.
Damn, you're starting to cook a little bit here, Haps.
Get in there. It's building.
Yeah, that's going to be a scary pivot.
My skunk boy.
It's genius.
Alright, it's gone.
If you're wondering, I did just skip that shot phase. The reason I've done that is all we did was level up the tiger to level 2 and added a bunch of stats across the board. Now we come up against Sag, and last time Sag humbled us when we felt like we were getting pretty strong. But now we fully pivoted, it has made a big difference and we're able to take him down. After taking down Sag, we come up against REVGT, who has a pretty scary team on the face of it. However, we are the perfect counter. The leopard just shreds through both the turkey and one of the caterpillars, which allows us to take him down. and unfortunately knocking him out.
He's so good. I can't believe Rev died. How is that even possible?
Oh wait, he was my only counter. Let's go.
I just beat your clone handedly. Just saying.
Did you?
I mean, yeah, it wasn't close. We don't need to watch the replay. Level 2 dragon do be scaling.
Oh. Okay. I see who is going to win this game then.
I'll be back in 2 minutes, gents.
Okay, there's step 1 done of throwing all the remaining games.
It's very kind of you, Grounded.
You should have been out before Rev. Now he feels bad. That's why he left. He's not getting a drink. Doing a little cry.
So with Grounded and Rev both out, that left just Flame, Sag, and myself all gunning for that number 1 spot. And we come up against Sag's clone here. And we get some decent snipes from the Leopard, but the weakness from the Flea, followed by that melon on the Ox, was just enough to take us down. And you can see how close it is between all of us. So next up was Flame, and I made one change. I moved the Doberman to the front.
What's the update?
I don't know, I feel like Haps is super strong. What?
I lost to your clone
Yeah,
though.
how have you beat him?
I feel like you're so strong. I don't know if I'll be able to beat you.
Well, your clone took me down.
You're scaling. Level 3 Husky scaling's no joke. It's probably better than my dragon scaling.
I hate to admit it, but it's probably better than my seal scaling as well.
No. You've got this.
I know, right? With my 1 HP and 50 attack, I'm going to beat the snipers.
Flame, I want you to know that you are single-handedly the reason that they nerfed the seal.
I don't think so. I actually it may be true because everyone else is saying seal is beatier.
So next up we face Sag, and actually since doing the editing I've noticed something. Watch where Sag's Leopard hits. Because we've moved the Doberman to the front, we've moved it from that 4th slot where the reindeer is, which is what takes the hit. So we would have lost our Doberman if we'd have left the ordering the same, and I think that makes the difference here. So I've skipped the shot phase once again because all we do is level up the Tiger and add more stats. And we come up against Flame and we are the perfect counter. The Leopard is able to wipe out most of the team just because of the low stats and the seal scaling. And therefore we knock out Flame and we go head to head against Sag.
I stole one of your leopards, but it's very small. Yeah, like how do you beat 50-50 leopard, tiger, and they're both level 3? I don't think so.
You beat it in the draft phase when you veto leopard.
I got my leopard a little late. Wait. Actually, I have an idea.
It's definitely beatable.
Well, I wouldn't go
Yeah,
that far.
by other leopard and tiger teams.
So going into turn 21, there wasn't a huge amount to do. I was basically scaling and leveling the squad. That was what my shot phases have been all about. And Sag was cooking up something in the background. So we both pretty much fielded the same team as we did on turn 20. So therefore it was no surprise really when the result went my way and we go into the final round.
All I did was spend my whole turns looking for mushroom.
No, you're going to put it on the score.
That's the only chance that I had. Good game.
GG. Well played. And there it is. We get it over the line. Husky scaling into Leopard Tiger combo. I mean, the #1 pick coming up trumps. Well played to Sag, GG to him, and also well played to all the other guys. I had a lot of fun doing the draft versus lobby once again, and I can't wait to do it again in the future. As I said before, the other guys will be editing and uploading the other games. We played 5 in total, so there's a lot of content out there for you guys to check out, and also the full draft, which will be edited by Grounded. I'll put all of that in the description below. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this one. If you did, maybe like and subscribe, but thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.